Oh my goodness.
Games, but it's a Monday night prime time.
Oh no.
baby.
Oh no.
I'm doing tonight. We are here. It's official. The streets is back. We're working overtime, but you know, overtime is still our time. And I've got a crew that's unbelievable. All right.
Let's go.
Mesmerizing. Straight out the gate. Yo, it's Tech.
Yo, it's Tech.
I got my man Sick Slayer in the building.
What's up?
I got the Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
The MVP of 2021. Early. J-Rock in the building.
J-Rock from Fall Rock. That's good.
Yo, man, I'm gonna make this real quick to everybody out there. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Sensei Thoughts.
Oh, yeah, Sensei's already. He's like he was waiting out. He was waiting outside the club and trying to get in.
Yeah, he was. We had to go check and be like, "Yo, man, let him in. Let him in. He's one of us. Let him in." Yo, check this out. I'm gonna make this question real quick.
He's on the list.
Facts. real quick. I'm making this question real quick. Shouts to the whole Xbox Live community. We heard y'all loud and clear. We got y'all. So here's my main. You know what? I'm gonna bring the main event up front. I got 3 mics, passing them out to my dudes right here, and I got one question, man. I'm gonna let y'all have it. What's wrong, man? What's going on in the gaming community, man? Where I just want to do this first, man. Everybody's an insider. Nobody told me, but everybody's an insider now.
Oh yeah.
Now
it's always been like that.
We got insiders.
We got insiders for the insiders.
We got insiders of the insiders. Y'all have it, man. Welcome. You all are welcome.
J-Rock, are you an insider?
Yeah, apparently. You know, I got some inside information on some insiders. I'm one of those insiders for the insiders.
Yo, Tech, are you insider?
Man, I'm not telling you if I was, man. I got to keep that to myself. But I'll ask my other insider. You see if he's an insider.
I'm not in the Navy, but I heard from a couple of Navy people, yo, loose lips sink ships, you know. Not supposed to be snitching. Snitches get stitches where I come from.
Yeah.
So I don't know about all these insiders, but I know a lot of people, you know, like to run with lots of talk for clout.
Of course.
That's how I see them.
It's always about that. Yeah.
Even people who would be in position, you know, to have knowledge, like Kaylee, you know, from Game Fan magazine back in the 90s. Like, I could understand him having some contacts in the industry, you know, when he was talking all that talk about the PS4 or, well, actually not the PS4, the PS5 and what became the Series X and S, you know. But he was flat wrong then, but he tried to talk about it like he was 100% right because generation previous he was, you know. But that's a gamer. That's a person who was in the industry longer than some people listening to my voice have been alive, and he was still flat wrong. So hey, insiders, you can keep those.
You know what's crazy is that these insiders have more information than these game journalists. That's what I find crazy.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I hear it day in, day out about like, oh, insider information. Like, dude, just because he talked to the guy one time doesn't make you like that makes that guy your main source or something, you know? They try to again, it's just they're just flexing, clout chasing as always, because they got nothing else going for them. And of course, I mean, what else do they want? They want those clicks and views. I mean, that's what they want. So
according to Twitter insider J-Rock, this guy
he just gave him away.
Wow. Wow. Just, man, I don't know, man. All this talk about insiders, man, I don't pay them no never mind. The only insider I trust is myself. You know, I've been a gamer for a long time. You know, I've seen the patterns. You know, a lot of it is subliminal to me even. I don't even think about it. It's just I see certain things and I think about the past and how it went down before and many multiple times, you know, with certain situations. And I think about it like, could be this, could be that. I'd like to see this. I'd rather not see that. You know, all I could do is sit back and wait and see how accurate I was in my opinion. You know, I don't have no inside information. And even if I did, you wouldn't know about it and I wouldn't talk around it. You know, you just wouldn't hear nothing out of my mouth about the subject, or I would talk about it in a way you wouldn't know that I knew something, you know, because it's a thing you're showing off that you have inside information. And if I had inside information that I could give, you know, a journalist or whatever, if you started acting like that, I'm not giving you any more inside information. As if I was a snitch like that, the B type of person to talk to a journalist. So, you know, if you're out there talking other people's business, I suggest you shut up.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta say, my three-headed horseman tonight is just wrecking. I got another question, a serious one. Let me make sure my Xbox bandana is snug around my neck real quick.
You gonna thug it out today?
Yeah, let me thug this out real quick, man. Make sure it's tight. Okay, check this one out, y'all. Xbox Valve.
Is it a do-rag? You got a do-rag.
Xbox and Valve.
I got the do-rag on.
Xbox and Valve are rumored to have an exciting E3 2021 announcements. It's all rumor, people.
Yeah. Oh, God. I hate those.
Yeah, I've heard the talk, and I know where the rumor comes from, but it's all just a rumor. It's nobody came out and said anything.
No.
Been a couple of people who have seen things, you know, are beginning to fit certain ways, and so this is what they believe. It's just like that Steam handheld, you know, like that handheld PC that's rumored to come out. It's just, you know, people are seeing things in Steam code, thing like that, and they think maybe they're hoping that's what it is. But is it actual leak of real information? No, that's why they call it a rumor. It's all
people just run with everything these days just for some attention, you know?
Just for clout.
Always.
Clout
Just for clout. Yeah.
It's gonna get good tonight, people.
And what do I always say,
Lego?
What do I always say, man? It's like, I don't like rumors. I want to hear it directly from the companies.
Yeah.
Right.
I do not care about, hey, guess what? I heard. It's like, no, I don't care what you heard. It's like, is it the company saying this? No. Okay, then I don't want to hear it. It's just pointless.
That's right.
That's just me. Is it fun to speculate sometimes? Sure. But some people just take it overboard where they try to make that a thing and at almost a fact, you know, when it's not. Then I just, that bothers me right there.
It's annoying, frankly. It's very annoying because it's like the Steam thing. That's a perfect example. There's a couple of things out there. If you're doing homework and you're some kind of, you know, archaeologist of this gaming info, like there's info to be found out there. That doesn't mean any of those things are going to add together in the way that these people are starting to rumor about.
Yeah.
But, you know, those are two things I would like to see happen, you know, like Microsoft and Valve working together and then Steam is on the Xbox, whatever. Because I think, you know, what I really think is if Microsoft allowed you to install Windows on, let's say, a USB hard drive, the Xbox Series X and S could be Windows PCs tomorrow, you know? And maybe that's something, you know, they're going to do. And that's what the announcement is with Valve. Insider information. Not. It's just a theory. It's just a theory, you know?
Yeah.
It's something I would like to see. Probably not going to happen. You know, the same thing with those Steam. I forget what the rumor was for the name. I think Steam Pal. It's like a handheld, like, you know, a lot of those handheld PCs they've had lately. That look like
Shield and all that.
Right, that look like the Switch, right?
Yeah.
And the rumor is that Valve is working on it. I'd love to see that, you know? I'd love to see that for a multitude of reasons because I could trust Valve that the hardware wouldn't be crap. I could run the xCloud app on that. I could run Xbox
Yeah,
remote
you could.
PlayStation remote streaming, Steam remote streaming, PC games on there. That would be great. Is it going to happen?
Who knows?
Maybe not. But if it doesn't, who cares? There's already a bunch of Chinese manufacturers who have made these devices for years already now. So if you're looking for something like that, they're out there now. You don't have to hope for Valve and Microsoft to do something. Although I'd like to see that, but it's just what people are thinking about, and rumoring about. So,
thanks, Sensei. He said he likes my new view here at a different angle.
Where's the dinosaur?
The dinosaur? I don't know where the dinosaur at. The kids took it, but I don't know if it's still inflated. But I know the younger one. He yanked that bad boy out of here. He's like he wants to play with it. I think it was for his birthday when he turned 6, and he's like, "Oh, I want a dinosaur." I'm like, all right, there you go. So,
I thought you were dead ass trying to leak some insider information. So
yeah, he was trying to. He's over here going like this, like, "Hey, I got some inside information."
So look,
and it's a
said,
dinosaur. It had to do something with like Horizon Zero Dawn,
sure
right?
They said, no information, man.
They try to break it down and say his name is Tech, starts with a T, got a dinosaur on the back.
In the back. Oh yeah, they try to scan my background to see what's in the back.
But listen, I do not understand what they get out of it. You're out here pump faking on a podcast, talking about your insiders. Your inside from what, baby? Now you're getting yourself jammed up. The internet does not forget.
No, not at all. Oh,
I don't know why they're thinking. I don't know why they don't understand that the streets are always on the alert, man. We don't have amnesia very well, and we remember almost damn near everything. So I don't understand why people are setting themselves up for failure right now, man. And this is very lethal. And you gotta look at it like this too. It's not just very lethal, but it's a very sensitive time. You're playing with the 20th anniversary of the whole entire Xbox community uprising. Yeah. We don't right now, man. Put some respect on that. Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? To all my real Xbox gamers out here, where's the respect? Where's the respect? And there's a saying that when you want change, it always comes from where? The top. You can't expect the top to promote change because they're corrupted. They got corrupted hearts. They're not here for the culture. They're not here for the community. If so, they would sound like you. They don't sound like you. They sound like a bunch of misled sheep who run around blinded, like a boat with no sail.
Like sheep.
Or like a boat with no sail that just go wherever the waves take them. And this is exactly why y'all say they make anything out of nothing. Now they're insiders. Every other day there's a new update. And when that fails, let's just talk about the other brand because I really don't have that much to say. But here's the thing. When you're really a true leader in a community, true leaders know how to uplift and stay building upward at all times, even when they are criticized.
Yeah.
There's a way of doing it all. When you say you're a face of a community, when people know you and you have a strong following, then why is it that you're not daring to say the things that need to be said for the community to grow in a proper way? Because a leader is only as strong as his followers, man. And if you got weak followers, that means you're a weak leader. Right. It don't matter if you have 10,000 of them, 1 of them, 1 million of them. It doesn't matter. When it's easy, look, you only need when you're bowling, you only need 1 ball to knock down 10 pins. It's that simple. It's just that simple. And the way everybody up on this panel, everything y'all said is all facts. They ain't coming from some deranged fan of the Xbox community. It's not coming from that. It's coming from students of the game that understand it and that are able to decipher a specific language. There's certain words and there's certain things that you say that trigger realness for the Xbox community. You can tell easily who's about YouTube, who's about social media, and then who's about the Xbox community. You can see it. It's clear. The problem is people hide behind their skills. If I'm not really putting in this work, then I need another means to make people think that I'm actually putting in this work. If I feel like, well, you know what, that's not gonna last, so I'll just come out and just say I'm a casual. Well, then if you're a casual, why am I even taking you serious?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Once that happens, why am I even taking you serious? We got enough news floating around from all kinds of sources. Let's name them: IGN, GameSpot, GameTech, The Verge,
Kotaku.
Let's go.
You said that with a straight face. Wow.
Let's keep going. They're not. What is it, J-Rock?
You got GameStop. You got Giant Bomb. You have
Giant Bomb.
Yeah.
Giant Bomb. Yeah.
Is there one called like VG something?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the other one?
WCCF Tech.
There you go.
Yeah.
We got what's
Gamers
the other one?
Nexus.
Polygon.
There's Polygon. There's Gamers Nexus. There's
Keep going.
even what's that white boy
Windows
with the
Central.
glasses? Yeah, Windows Central. You guys
Windows
just caught in the team over there. You got that white boy, Austin Evans, right? He's more casual with the knowledge that he spits out.
Man, but he's good though. I like
He's
him.
good. Exactly. That's why I named him.
Yeah.
That's why I named him, and not Marquise, because Marquise Brownlee doesn't really do gaming at all.
No,
Does
he
tech,
doesn't.
but
Well,
Austin Evans is
you
the
also
contrast.
see Austin though, but he does his thing. Like
exactly.
that's the thing about him. He's not swaying to an, and you know what? And he's bold. He actually says some things that you be like, "Oh, somebody said this."
Yeah.
You see what I'm
But
saying?
he comes out and say it in a very professional manner,
Right.
where he's not attacking one thing or another.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I bring him up. He's a great example of that. Yeah.
He's a great example. We got all the gatekeepers. So if we have a plethora of just game and media sites,
We got Brad Sams too, right?
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
But
He leaked the Series S first. Yep.
he's like, but he's more about overall tech though.
Yeah, and Microsoft in general. But he happens to be he's young enough to be a gamer, although
Yeah.
Paul Theron, who he's under, right? Like
Yeah.
because he's like, I don't want to say henchman or whatever, but like he came off, like he branches off of him. His career is owed to him, right?
But what I'm talking about,
he too is a gamer.
what I'm talking about is actual gaming media companies.
Yeah, the gaming companies, but I don't
The
trust
actual
any of
gaming
them.
media companies.
I don't
And
trust
so-
any of them anymore.
We have so many of them
Yeah.
that gaming news is nothing.
No, it's
Why
not.
are we looking
It's
for
terrible. It's nothing but trash these days.
Yeah.
Right. When you know that the Xbox news, the OG Xbox news is going to come out of Xbox Wire. The problem is this: Xbox Wire doesn't come with all the balloons. It doesn't come with all the cakes and pies. It doesn't come with all the you know what I'm saying? The confetti.
It's straight text, maybe one or two pictures. It
just gives you the basic information
what's
that you
coming
need.
out. Boom, boom, boom. It's gonna let you know what's going on, and that's what it does.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, man, we're in a place where we have to stir the pot. We have to push emotions. We have to make an article that's gonna say a lie. We gotta do this and we gotta do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then but notice, nobody gets checked. They all go unrecognized. But let the streets do something. And oh man, number one.
Well, what was the recent thing that happened with Bethesda saying that people were leaving and then the guy had to backtrack like, oh, it was false information.
Right.
You know,
It was false information. Okay, here's an
he
example.
jumped the gun for no reason. He's just like, people are leaving Bethesda because of Microsoft, and then that was his post. You know,
Right. And
the real
who
question,
did that?
The question is, why did he feel the need to jump the gun so quickly and post it?
And you're right. And you know what? We're going to stay on this topic for a minute, because wasn't it just not too long ago, right? Somebody actually said something about Xbox And wasn't it Tom Warren popped up and then he actually deleted it? Somebody knows about that.
Okay, all right.
Let me know what was.
Right, that was
Explain
Jason Schreier. Now, what was Jason Schreier claiming?
There
But
you
Tom
go.
Warren
Take
was the
your
one
time on that.
who popped in and fixed that. And I swear I can't spell this dude's name to look up. Well, actually, never mind.
Take your time on that.
That's for YouTube history. But Jason Schreier, he tweeted something, right? To make something look some type of way. And it was about Cyberpunk, right? So apparently it's a common practice in games development is what they do is they make a montage video of bugs in their game, right? In the middle of development, right? Like before they get to beta. Like the difference between the alpha and beta, I just want to make this clear for a lot of people who don't know. An alpha doesn't have all the features, right? A beta has all the features, but that doesn't mean it works. And they're testing it to see if they can make the final version, right? The alpha doesn't have all the version. Doesn't have all the features of a program, in this case, being video games. So apparently CDPR made a montage video of all the bugs, right? And this was being spread around the office. Apparently this is a common practice in the industry, right? Jason Schreier puts up a tweet because apparently this video got leaked out, or maybe it was him who leaked it out. I don't know, right? But the first person to answer his tweet was Tom Warren of The Verge, who made it clear that, hey, this is a common thing. Yeah. So if you're trying to portray this as CDPR knew the bugs thing to make drama over this, no, it's not that. Jason then, I saw the tweet, but it's not there anymore because he deleted the whole thing.
Of course.
Right? He deleted the whole tweet, right? But there was a part where he tried to double down. He tried to say, but the fact that they made the video shows that they knew about the bugs. But the game wasn't done at that point. Of course it had bugs. Like I said, it's a common practice. They make a montage video of the bugs in action and spread that around the office. People who are not even involved in ever fixing these bugs or don't even play test to report bugs, because a lot of people in different divisions will get to do that, right? But sometimes you don't, right? So, the video gets spread office-wide, and that's usually what happens in game development. But he tried to present it some kind of way. So I was talking about this to Legal because he hadn't heard about this at all, and I went to find the tweet. The tweet is gone, but here's a tweet from Jason. Maybe I should have sent this to you in advance, Techno. You could have had it on the screen, but we're using StreamYard anyway. So he says, I deleted an earlier tweet about the Cyberpunk bug reel because a dev joke video isn't great evidence that CDPR management was full of it when they were implying that they weren't aware of the game's issues. Of course, CDPR management was well aware of the issues. That video just isn't proof. So you see, even there,
he couldn't help himself, right?
He couldn't help himself. Even when he tried to apologize for tweeting that and putting that out there, he still had to double down. With it. He's still corny with it. Yeah. That's why I always say, fuck that dude. He's corny. He's full of shit.
He's a jackass. Yeah.
He's a straight jackass all the time.
Shout out to Autostar. He's new in the Di-RRec gaming streets, man. Shout out to him. Hey, thanks for stopping in, bro.
Welcome, Oda.
Thanks for stopping
in. And thanks to Tom Warren being the first one to tweet in response. Like, dude, he called him out on his bullshit. He did it real nice and all. It was no inflammatory talk or anything like that. He was like, this just isn't proof of what you're saying, right? And then he said to him in response, like, this is proof and blah, 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 whatever he said. But now you see the tweet I just read. Now he wants to back off of it, but still at the same time still have them little jabs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Right.
This is just like another dude that we know. What's his name on Digital Foundry, right? John Lindemann.
That's Legal's favorite guy.
Now you walk right into J-Rock's territory. J-Rock, I'm gonna let you have this.
This is Legal's favorite person, man. Legal's like the number one fan. He's got a Facebook group going.
He blew up on that guy today.
That man will even cut off his boss. Talking about, let's move on to the next topic, boss. We're talking about that.
Yeah, we're gonna ride right on into J-Rocks. Go ahead, sis.
No, actually, I was bringing up the thing now. So if J-Rock want to talk about on that aspect, hey, the mic is his.
Okay,
you,
J Rock, elaborate on what happened today, fam. Did he
Elaborate
use
on
the
it.
tranquilizer dart, a lethal dosage of too much tranquilizer? He actually laid everybody down real slowly today, man. Elaborate, J Rock.
My man, you had Digital Foundry come out in the latest video. This, discussing random gaming topics, and of course, the cross gen came up, and they were all voicing their opinion about it. And the guy they call El Jefe, how they joke, El Jefe, their boss,
the other guy
kept it real.
Said, Richard Ledbetter.
That's the older guy with the glasses.
Yeah,
El Jefe. I be laughing every time John says it. El Jefe is coming.
Yeah.
Right. So El Jefe said, this is not the dream we were given.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
About the PlayStation 4. My man right after that was like, well, on to the next topic. Enough about that. So,
And the look on his face, it was ridiculous, yo.
Right. He just stared at the camera like, God. That sound bite is spreading all over the internet, and I was the first one to grab it.
That's how I saw it too. So thanks a lot, J-Rock.
I was rolling when I saw that, because I said to myself, the way I looked at it was like, their head captain just laid all of them down slowly with a nice funeral session. It was a nice funeral session. Beautiful eulogy. And it was true. It's, now we're confirmed, Tech. We have nothing else to say about that console.
Yeah.
Make a new, better console. Expect better, demand better. It's official. Digital Foundry gave y'all's eulogy today. It's official. The PlayStation 5 has not living up to its standard of lie. The lie that was shown and the lie that was given for the PlayStation 5 has failed. Bottom line, it failed. And that's the bottom line. No matter how you want to cut it, no matter how you want to slice it, that's facts.
Yeah.
And what I'm liking about this Xbox community now recently is that they're confronting the confronters.
Yeah.
They putting that spotlight on this media sites talking about, oh, now cross-gen is all of a sudden good. It's not a problem. People, what? You didn't say that when the Xbox, when they came out and said we was going cross-gen for 2 years.
Right. But the thing about it is, too, now is the time. Because there were a lot of people in the Xbox community who was speaking the truth. Myself, Di-RRec, K-Mega, many people. One Away Dragons, countless other people. I should stop naming names. The fact that I'm not naming names, because if I'm not naming names, it's like I'm leaving people out, and that's doing a disservice to people that are whose names I'm leaving out,
man.
Right?
Look, everybody has their people that they talk to. You good?
Right.
Right.
No, I mean, I talk to people, and I see people that I don't know personally who have been out there on the forefront, for many years talking about this stuff. Even before I knew of direct gaming, like I've looked back at legal stuff and seen he's been talking about it for years.
Facts.
Other people told me
the only thing about me was
years.
I didn't come through the front door. I went through Mixer, man. I came off my phone through Mixer, and then once people, but I came out of the console. So the people of the Xbox Live community is who got me here.
Right.
So that's why I'm always blessed to it. I can't stray from it, man. That would be fake if I did that.
Right. And so
sucker.
These people and many more that I haven't named have all been talking about this before, but it all fell on deaf ears. Now you can't ignore it. Too many things happened. You can't ignore the fact that have been spouted for nearly 10 years now. Because these consoles were released in 2013. It's already halfway into 2021. That's 8 years almost. That's 7.5 years. Okay? You can't ignore these things. All those things that people were complaining about on both sides, they've all come to a head. Like, I've never seen all of Sony's and Microsoft's ills come back to bite them and vindicate them at the same time.
Facts.
All at once. And everybody who was talking that, there's receipts. Because last generation was deep in, Twitter was already years old when last generation started. So there's so many receipts.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Jason Fry would say inflammatory things and delete the tweets, but there are people who took screenshots. That's why Jason had to put up another tweet saying, "Oh, he deleted he had to give an explanation while still giving his little jabs." Because he knows
we lose somebody.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Because there'll be somebody with screenshots to post it. Right? Yeah. There's all these things out there. You can't.
Man, sometimes what I don't get, how do these people like, you know what? I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna save it for that one rainy day.
I can tell you, I started doing that for certain things because I start to see it. Well, because I've been
you start catching the pattern. You start catching the pattern.
Right.
And you can anticipate
the
bullshit coming.
Mm-hmm. It's like Crab Gamer, right?
Oh my gosh, man!
I always thought he was a moron. I always thought he was some kind of person, even when he was repping with Xbox and he had it flipped over to PlayStation. Because what he said and how he was saying was already sus to me, right? And there were many people like that. So then the thing that validates everything is now the press is running with what the Xbox fans are saying.
But I said that. Look, here's the thing, Sick. I posted it. Mm-hmm. They will all fail you. I posted it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There's no way they could have got around this generation. No way. So all I did was sit back and started waiting. You know what was so funny? I'm glad you're talking about this because what was so funny was day one, right? Day one, when the PlayStation 5 console came, those YouTubers were ready, man, for alignment business, bro.
Yep.
They all aligned. They all got it. And they went to those channels, man, right? And what happened? Soon as they hit the power button, what happened, Tech? Live on YouTube. So what happened, Sick? What happened, J-Rock? Those videos went where? Delete mode.
Yeah. It's that simple.
It was funny.
This media is no longer available.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It happened a lot.
They were ready to kickstart this whole generation again off of, oh, look, PlayStation 5 is the best. Which, look, man, I don't have a problem with that. That's not my issue. You can like your console. You can proclaim it being the best. But saying that it was the best now will be a bold-faced lie, right?
Uh-huh.
And like the old schools in my day growing up would say, that's a cock-eyed lie. You lied straight through your teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say cock-eyed?
you know what I'm saying? That's a cock-eyed lie. And you know, it's like,
man, that sounds really Southern.
Right. You can't, there's no way that they can get around this. And that's what's really pissing them off.
Yeah.
And they get a kick out of trying to bother the Xbox community. But this time, the Xbox community is getting a kick out of their theatrics because now they're putting more paint on their faces. And it's evident. They can't even make legitimate articles anymore.
No.
Because they're messed up. And then you wonder why it's transferring down to their community.
Here's the funny thing about it.
You guys are throwing out the serum. You guys are putting out that mixture elixir out there for your community to go stupid over. Look, it's not.
Listen, it's gotten to the point.
14 minutes of Horizon Forbidden West a week before E3, a week and a half before E3. That's crazy. And that's all you gave your fans. That's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go ahead, J-Rock.
It's gotten to the point now that they're so desperate that they will use people they bashed, criticized, call frauds, etc., as their source to bash Xbox.
Yeah.
Ain't that something, J-Rock, bro? Can you speak on it?
That's crazy.
And it's funny to me.
That's when you have nothing left. You have nothing left. You got to use your enemies' material. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's wild. That's where we at because they don't got nothing else left. Every
They
time
got
they say
nothing else
this
better.
cannot happen, it starts to
It
happen.
happened. Yup.
Yes.
I love when they say it
Bro,
will happen now because I
but
know
the
it's
thing,
gonna happen.
the thing is, if you've been paying attention, it's just been happening a long time ago. I remember, damn, generations ago when they said, "Oh, PlayStation will never charge for online,"
Oh yeah.
and all my
Remember that.
Spanish friends and like, nah, I don't play. I don't no, papi. I don't play with Xbox. You gotta pay for online, papa.
No, Bobby. Oh,
Me, I don't pay.
what happened now?
Yo juego gratis
Oh,
aquí.
hey, you know what?
That boy J.R. stupid.
New York.
Hey, Rat.
Yo juego
York.
gratis
People-
aquí.
Hey,
Now look.
hold
And
on.
they got to damage control that.
Tech, you gotta do it. You gotta translate that.
Hold
man.
on. Oh, Bobby. No. the whole PS3 free online thing, they still use that.
Yeah.
I still have people come up and say, well, I left Xbox because PS3 had the free online. I was like, well, you're not free anymore. It's like,
that was 2 generations ago.
and that was 2 generations ago.
And
you're
the
still,
funny thing
and they're
is,
still using that as a thing,
right?
And they still
and the
charge them
funny
for cloud saves.
Right. And
Yes.
the funny thing is, nobody said anything when Sony flipped over.
No,
Right.
Nobody said anything.
no.
They
No.
reported it
Right.
barely. I remember at the time when all the news was coming about the consoles. These are the specs, blah blah blah, and they mentioned it in the little fine print that the PSN isn't going to be free, but nobody said anything. But since the original Xbox was announced, because they talked about live being a thing a year later, and that they were going to charge for it, they were complaining about it then.
Right.
That's over 20 years ago. They were complaining about it.
Yes.
I remember. In
And
fact,
they
I
did
remember
it
the
the
media.
next generation.
I remember the media spinning it like, well, this is good news because PSN got to catch up to Xbox Live and its stability and its offerings.
Mhm. And they
Oh,
still
yeah.
haven't.
And it still hasn't caught up.
You know what
They
I
had to
said?
pay
Y'all want to
Microsoft
know what I
money to get
said?
that to happen.
That's true. You want to know what I said?
What'd you say?
I said,
What'd you say? Poppy.
if the PlayStation 5, this is a true story. If the PlayStation 5 comes out and is still using the same PSN network for its service, you don't have a PlayStation 5. You just still have a PlayStation 3.5 console. Because after the PlayStation 3, remember they kind of modified it. Remember after the hack?
Yeah,
2011, anything past,
Oh,
I'll
they
say
had to.
2012 is when they, about 2000, it was really about 2013 when they finally, modified it and got it going. So really it was a PlayStation 4 vanilla all the way up. If they haven't changed that, because this is all about the experience.
Yeah.
It's all about the experience. So it doesn't matter what console comes out. If it's still on that same infrastructure, you're still going to get that same experience. Now, Notice what I'm saying. Xbox came out, right? When did Xbox get their, what was it called? The new Xbox experience. Remember that?
Mhm.
That started in 2015. Why? Because they started to renew their infrastructure, how they were going to deal with their cloud service this time.
Mhm.
They went from Windows 8 to Windows 10. Actually changed a whole format.
Yeah.
We went from all of that.
Internally, yeah.
Exactly. So, and it got better to where in 2017, Game Pass was able to come out. Think about it. You see the actual shift changers. You actually see the trend.
Well, not only that, you had the Play Anywhere games.
The Play Anywhere, the preview program.
And that was a big one for me to Play Anywhere because I was gaming a little bit on PC and a little bit on Xbox, and if I could have the same game on both platforms and cloud save, that was a huge thing for me.
Yes.
Look. Facts. Look at this right here. Hey, check this out. They relish on our success and glory, right? They relish on that. So they run back to the stables to get the buns. But Sony can never have Microsoft's mustard. So they constantly stay on the run, catch up.
Good one, Infinite. Yep. And the funny thing about that is, and it's funny of all the places I would see this. Today I saw on Reset Era. Somebody put a thread up, and at first I misread the headline because usually the headline would read like this: the Xbox dashboard is the same one. Meanwhile, the PlayStation dashboard got revamped. That's why
that's the battle.
But that's not what it was. What it was. Because reset error is so bad like that. That's how I read it, even though it really was. I had to take a double take. It was actually
subliminally inputted words.
Right, because I'm just so used to it. I had to take a double take. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then it's basically a dude who has a PS5. I think he got a Series S, right? Or he sent back the PS. I don't know if he has the PS5 still or not, right? But he got a Series S, I think, after the fact. And he's saying the dashboard is so much better. And he was comparing the fact that Sony, for the PS5, redid their dashboard again, right? Xbox, on the other hand, updated their dashboard. They didn't make it 4K. They just updated. They had a chance to make it 4K, and they said, we can give that RAM to the developers. Let them use that. This is just a dashboard. It's lean and mean. And remember when they first showed off the dashboards of both systems? Xbox was like, this is the dashboard you know and love, but it's faster and better. Here's a couple of features, and the last gen still has these features too. But if you have the new system, it's lightning fast. And if you play the series console, you know how lightning fast it is in all aspects. Launch a game, exit a game, switch games, install a game, do this, do that. It's lightning quick, right? On the PlayStation, it's all new interface again.
You gotta know where everything's at.
Right.
Yeah. The
and
bugs.
there's more button presses because it hasn't had time to mature.
Right.
You know, to listen to feedback and optimize things. Okay. So it has suspend, which is like quick resume for one game at a time. Okay. When you're going through menus,
which is a previous gen thing.
Right.
Yeah.
If you going in the menu, it's more button presses than it used to be. That what you call the cards or whatever that they had, those things are rare. You know how they say, they got these cards where they can show you video tips and blah blah blah.
I hate those things.
It is rare.
Xbox had that with the snap feature back
then.
Look, man, y'all know what's funny? Does the PlayStation 5 have a dynamic background to it? Yes or no?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. They had that last generation. So I don't know if they do it now.
I said dynamic background.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. It has it.
I think anyway. But
when it has a dynamic background, I just want answers. I wasn't. Well,
the PS4 has it because I have a dynamic background on mine. It has an alien, and my kid freaks out over it.
Oh, right? Okay. Yeah, I've seen the one.
You see what I'm talking about?
Here's my thing. When you have a dynamic, do they have a dynamic background right now in 4K?
I don't know
if it's in 4K.
There you go. The end.
But how long is somebody going to stare at their dashboard?
Next subject. That was my whole point. Nobody here knows if they're using 4K with a dynamic background to it.
And who should really care? But the reason I bring all this up,
that was
even
my point.
In reset era, it used to be a den of like last year. Okay, a thread like that would be filled from response number 1 with bullshit artists trying to what's the opposite of astroturfing? Where they sit there and make excuses for it, basically, against what this person was saying. Now there's a bunch of people there agreeing with him. And it took until like the second page where you see the distractors, the same old names. If you follow the forum, you would know the same old names with the same suspect crap. It's just like on Twitter. If somebody like Andrea, right, was to post something positive about Xbox, you already know the names that will come in and beef with her, and she's good at beefing back with them.
Okay, answer me this first: that Andrea person, is that really a girl or guy?
Does it really matter?
It doesn't matter. But I've always seen that.
You're always into that. Tech deep down thinks it's a girl. He thinks it's a girl.
I think it's a girl too, and I believe she has posted a picture of herself today, which is a bad idea, Andrea, because you're just fueling their crap, and they're already nitpicking her looks.
I mean, she got some great posts. I give her that.
Right. But the thing about it is, it doesn't matter if this is a male, female, transgender, or whatever else. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
The fact that they're even trying to bring that up as a reason to not listen to this person,
right,
is the most childish, inane thing I've ever seen. And I'm not You know, one of these person to be like,
It's a they or them.
you know, to attack, you know, it's they, them, and blah, blah, blah. This whole, like, there's 18 or 25 genders or whatever. I just talk to people neutrally. I say Andrea. I don't know if Andrea is actually a girl or a guy or whatever. It doesn't matter.
It could be. It could be. Hey,
it's a
it could be Andrea. Andrea.
I don't know. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This is a person who's putting up real facts that are undeniable, and these PlayStation fans, these fanatics, have to go after this person all day, but they can't really do nothing about it. They can't really. They never answer the things that this person says. Instead, they try to attack this person by saying, "You're not even a girl," and and this is the first mistake that she's made, where she put up a picture of herself. Like, no, bro, because now they're just using that against you further.
That's what they're good at. That's what they're good at. They're good at attacking the person, not the argument.
Who cares? Right. I don't even care.
They never attack the argument. They attack the person.
Right.
They always try to derail the conversation by bringing up Xbox on a PlayStation topic.
Well, that's what I told you at the beginning, man. It was like when I was looking at one of Sensei's posts on Twitter the other day, they started doing a whole health session with him. You should drink some more water. You should do this. You get up, move around. I'm like, dude, we're not even talking about that. You know?
Right. It's like you're being robbed. Okay, but you're fat.
Yeah.
But you're being robbed. Okay, I know, but you're fat.
It's like, so I know this. It's like, okay, but you're being robbed.
No, the answer is that you're not saying that you're fat. You say that you're just big boned.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Fire Boss in the building.
Fire Boss. That's who that was. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell whose logo that was. What's up, homie?
Good evening, y'all. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Man, what's going on, champ? Nah, man.
That sound all right?
No, you
sound
loud and clear.
You want to know what's tripping me out, y'all? You want to know what's tripping me out? Is how people. All right, man. We're at a point where people are really losing it out here, man. The mindsets.
Yeah.
I don't understand this, man. And I need help. Anybody out there that's, let's just say, I'll be nice, and let's just say this. Anybody out there that has a PlayStation console?
Okay, I'll post the thread.
Elaborate to me that community and why you love that community so much. When that community is the mentality of that community, man. I don't think anybody still gets that community.
Nobody here could. Nobody here
rep something like that.
Nobody here can tell you why.
Am I wrong for saying that?
No.
I just want to know, man.
No, you're pretty accurate, man.
I'm gonna tell you something about that makes sense to me, right? Okay, see, you're a grown man. You don't act like that. I'm a grown man. I don't act like that. I remember when I acted like that, I was 10 years old in the schoolyard arguing Super Nintendo versus Genesis. That's the last time I acted like that. You know, these people are supposedly grown. Some are, some probably aren't, but they all act the same way. It's all a mindset. So it's just like, I would say they all have one thing in common, that they all root for a particular platform, right? But what keeps them together besides that? Because it's such a wide range of ages and stuff. They all want to be down, so they all like to attack anybody else who's not within their group. And then after they've done that, they start attacking each other, because now it's PS5 people versus.
So it's a gang mentality.
Yeah, it's a gang mentality.
So I got a question.
So in other words, it's like NWO Wolfpack versus NWO.
I guess so.
You start walking in.
It's falling into a tribalistic mindset, is what it is.
Yeah.
My tribe.
Hollywood Hogan.
Can I do this, y'all? Can I do this real quick?
I'm gonna come in like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Legal.
I can't let this slide.
Let me just say one last thing before I give the mic to you.
Go ahead.
Contrast to the Xbox community, right? It's not just the community that's in and of itself. It's also the company Microsoft. Like, they don't leave generations behind. They only did that one time, the original Xbox, and that's because they were losing money on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
They could never get the prices down because Intel and Nvidia wouldn't, hook them up with low prices on chips.
Listen to this real Xbox fan right here. Listen to him.
Right? So they've always supported the previous generation. When the PS2, and I guess we'll talk about this later on, but to suffice to say, the PS2 was supported 5 years after the PS3 came out, right? And Sony got love and credit for that. This generation, Sony got love and credit for lying about the fact that they're going to support the PS4 for 4 years.
Facts. Oh, we'll keep that. We're going to hold that one.
You can't make a community out of that. You can't make a community out of that.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
You're right. Can I do this real quick? Everybody listen real careful.
No.
Back if it want to see PlayStation 5 pushed to the max. But I think, we can talk about the hypotheticals all day, but fundamentally, this is not the PlayStation 5 dream that was sold to us. Gonna have to be.
I'm done. You just can't. I had to shrine that. Y'all just don't understand.
The one problem with that clip is you don't have the part at the end with what's his face responding to it, like, let's move on. Like the way he said it, the whole thing.
Go ahead, J-Rock, you got it.
The look on his face. That's how you knew.
We need to hear the whole thing. I'm telling you, man, this is epic. This is epic. Let me know if anybody gets the whole thing, man. We airing it out. What's going on, man? Look, not too long ago, right? Let me turn that off. Not too long ago, Alana Pierce gets attacked by her own clan.
Oh yeah.
Her own empire.
Crazy, man.
The empire strikes back. Now listen, I'm gonna say this again because we're gonna go on this.
Oh, the stupidity got real far with that one, but
yeah, we're gonna touch on this subject for the last time, but I want to make this clear, right? As men on this panel, I don't think not one of us. Some of us have women, okay, but even if there's some that don't, as men, period, right? I'm not coming up on social media and talk like that to no woman. First of all,
no person, nobody in general.
Facts.
I don't know about y'all, but coming up, my mama instilled a lot of fear in me. If she ever found out I did anything like that with a woman.
Facts,
Preach,
bro.
preach.
All right. On top of that, King, what's good, fam?
King, what's up, King James?
The moderator King is in the building.
Yeah.
Helping out TEKNOBLAST out here.
Yeah, and I can get my hands off the wheel now. Woo.
Facts. No,
you don't stop. Never sleep.
Fact. It's not my cloth. I can't even. When you hear people say, I can't think about that. That can't even hit my mind. I can't even. That's kind of like how I looked at that, and I'm sitting here like, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Right.
Because like I said, we don't condone any of that, right? We're not sitting up here saying that was cool. We didn't laugh about that.
No,
I didn't think that was even funny at the least.
And I don't even like Alana. But even
that's what I was about to say.
I don't even
like Alana.
Streets talking. Now look, everybody. Now look. Regardless if you like her or not, right? You have the opinion. You have the right to, if you don't like her or not. She is a gaming figure, right? She's a personnel in the game. So you don't have to like her. And I'm pretty sure she understands that, right? She has enough people that do, right?
But I'm not gonna go out and attack like with that person.
Exactly. Now, me and Alana Pierce, we had our disagreements. But I'm here today to say, as a man, I never spoke to her like that. I might have criticized some of her actions just by the thing she did. And the only thing I had criticized her for was the Game Pass situation. And she knows she failed that situation. She knows she played the clickbait with that. And I had held her up to a certain regard. That was my only issue. But
that's fine.
She blocked me on something that I wasn't even saying.
You just got blocked.
She blocked me on it. But it was good that the street saw that and actually took up for me on that and actually exposed her for that. But listen, man, Alana Pierce is doing well in her career, and we're not here to bash her or knock her down on that. We're saluting that, even though she might be over there on the pony, on Sony.
She works at Sony.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. Sony picked her up, man, and she was blue chipped. And And I ain't got nothing but best wishes for her, right?
And you know what's strange about it too? Like her function is that of a writer. A writer is not going to be the one that's going to keep the game coming out this year if they can make it this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's not her function's probably already served as a writer and had been long ago.
Or make it cross-gen. She got no say in that.
She got no say in none of this stuff. She's not a programmer in none of these things. Like, what made these idiots even think to attack? But see, that's what it is. This is all emotion. There's no logic. There's no sense to any of it. That's why they do these things in the first place. And to normal people like us, we're appalled at it. Like we're looking at it.
We've had a lot of games lately and delayed, like always. And then you don't go out and say, "Oh my God, I hate you, die" or something.
Right? And I would have thought after the Cyberpunk situation, like folks learned their lessons that hey, delays can be a good thing.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't been that long. It's only been 6 months or so since the game came out. Y'all already done forgot. But hey, I guess y'all care more about console warring than actual consoles or games or self-respect or respecting anyone you speak to or anything that actually matters in this world. Because none of those things matter that these people are doing.
Right. She's not a gaming developer, right? She doesn't create games. So that
I guess it kind of depends. Sorry to interject, man. It's just that what sucks. I'm saying, just going to add that what kind of sucks about it, and this is me speaking, from a developer standpoint, being a dev myself, and but I'm more of the creative, the creative ideas guy type. But what kind of sucks is that if you remember, a lot of the times she spoke. This is something that she really, really wanted to do.
Yeah,
And the thing is, she wanted to do this, of course, for Sony. And this is what she always wanted. But then to get in, more or less be thrown into the hot pot. And, it's like, I'm just a writer. Why are you guys attacking me?
Yeah. And it's not like she made the announcement, right? She didn't make the announcement.
Nope.
Right. No. Now watch this.
Yeah.
Y'all are all correct. We get that. What I'm trying to get people to see, man, is this is what happens when you plant those seeds in that ground.
Yes.
This is exactly why me and her had this disagreement. Because when you pair these, and it wasn't a mystery. This is not something new, right? The way they act, they've been acting like this. They used to do petitions. They used to threaten devs. These are years ago, bro. This is nothing new. All right.
Yeah.
But when you was like us, all right, like us, starting off, everybody has their origin. You do anything for the likes. You do anything for the clicks. So unlike them, and look, you can take it as a knock to her and all the other ones if you want to, or take it how you feel, right? We're not doing that. We're doing it right now. We're taking a stance right now. This ain't about clicks and views. This ain't about itchy ear talk. This is trying to keep things straight, narrow, and truthful as much as we can, because we warned that this would happen. We've been talking about this stuff for years. And now we knew that day was coming when Xbox was going to finally get itself together and become this Godzilla. We've been saying this.
Right.
But even when we were saying that, they constantly, dude, it's on YouTube. Unless they deleted their videos, it's there. All right? You don't have to believe me. Just scroll back in the past. They're not the same people they are today. Come on, man.
That's why these receipts matter.
They built empires off of ridiculing Xbox.
Turkey.
I'm telling you, a lot of peers made a video about Game Pass. She was just like the other ones. Now, why all of a sudden Game Pass got to be this way and that way? You remember when Bethesda got bought? Well, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's cool now. Xbox getting all these exclusives. Where's this coming from?
Yeah.
They all did
that. Dude, I was in the comment section. I called her out on that mid.
Facts. They all did this. Now, while they're doing this, who do you think is throwing their parade up? The donkey community. They're chanting it. And you only know what matters? Oh, look, I'm getting the views. I'm getting the counts. I'm getting the views. These are facts. Now listen, these are facts. And while you're building those people up, you're playing with their emotions, like Six said. You're playing with their sick thoughts, because a lot of them are attracted to her. A lot of them, they only sub it to her because she's a pretty woman. Let's not get this twisted. She's a pretty woman. She's not ugly at all. Good combo. And a lot of them are there just to look at her. All right, this is social media. Because listen to what I'm saying. They're just there to look at her. Because they got people that use thoughts about her. So you rattle up their emotions one way while they're concealing these other sicko emotions in the other place, but then you finally piss them off, right? And they can't hold it in no more. And one of them lets loose and just loses it. Start talking about they toss around, bro. Start talking about they toss around and she does all these tricks for Sony and all this stuff like she's just a prostitute. Really degrading. It's really degrading. I don't even want to repeat it, but it was degrading to the point that any real gamer was just like, we actually have this in our streets. Bro. And you know, I'm about to go real hard. I'm going to say this. I am so glad that it wasn't somebody at the Xbox camp, because if it was, it would have already been handled. Like, it wouldn't even have been taken this far. And then soon as the dev comes out and speaks on this situation, because they actually go a little bit further. See, it ain't even about her. They went today and started attacking the God of War devs. Give it up. Give it up for your plants. Because see, now they turned into plants. Now what are you gonna do? See, everybody knows if you know anything about a garden, right? This was a phase that was happening, J-Rock, Fireboss, Tech, Sick. This was the phase. You threw them seeds down when you was building your empires up, right? Correct. You said what you wanted to say, like a false prophet or false teacher, so that you would gather your followers by what? Saying the things that they wanted to hear. So then you built up that congregation, right? And then you leave them be. You let them think for themselves. You let them roam around for themselves, repeating the things that you say.
They connect the dots that you gave them.
Yeah, there you go, fam. That you gave them. They copying they're living the doctrine that you gave them. And Sony is not an exception to this too. Sony did this too.
Sony is the worst of it.
Facts. And as they grew, as long as they were growing under the dirt, you get what I'm saying, everybody here? As long as they were hidden under the dirt, it's all good. And anytime something happens, it's the toxic fanboys, it's the streets. And they but John Lennon, he can run around. He can run around and sound dog right foolish, and nobody checks him.
Even though there's countless receipts, like this dude shouldn't even be in the industry anymore. Frankly, at all. But him and Jason Schreier.
I don't want to hear. Right. I'm not saying that he's ever went to that degree, but toxic is toxic.
Toxic is toxic.
You never hear legal say stuff like Sony's PlayStation brand doesn't belong in gaming, or that's garbage, or I'm trying to make a lie for Xbox to look better in any kind of way. Nah, man. At his level, there's a responsibility factor. If you know, do you want us to look at you and take you seriously? Just be honest. Make an article about it. Say, hey man, I'm here to goof around. Don't take me seriously. Okay. But you out here, you like to say stuff, and then when the streets get you, you want to commit into going into depressions. I think I need to get off Twitter for a little while. Nobody told you to sound stupid.
Exactly.
Nobody told you to do that.
Exactly.
They want to play that get along game, and then when they catch the heat and you get it along with the rest of them, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, man. You got what you paid for. What do you expect?
Right.
So don't play that get along game. I'm gonna play the get along game because once you get it,
stupid. That boy get along game. That was stupid.
The only time they want to play that get along game, yeah, they only want to play that when there's something that they want.
Right.
That's the only time. And I mean, and you gotta think about it. You know, everybody in our everyday lives is people that's less manipulative like that.
Yes.
It's like I'll just do just enough to get what I want, and once I get what I want, then I'll just cut the chain. I'll break loose.
Yeah, go ahead, J-Rock. Go ahead, finish. Yeah,
they want to ride that wave, and they forget where they come from. I know there's a lot. There's somebody else. I don't want to mention no names. Said, I do this because I've started noticing I get more response from the PlayStation community than I do from the Xbox community. So I'm starting to cater more to the PlayStation community because they hype my shit up more. Right, but they can hype it, but they ain't even supporting it more.
Yeah,
right. Because listen, I'm gonna put out this fact. I'm gonna put out this fact again.
It turns out the ones that you claim weren't supporting you more, now you got the whole backing of that company.
Facts. This is what I want Tech to do. Tech, do me a favor. Show how many subscribers on the PlayStation YouTube channel real quick. Put it up on the screen.
I can't put it on your screen.
Oh, okay.
This is not.
It's too small. Okay. Well, look.
I can still look it up.
Yeah, just tell us the numbers. Watch this. Watch this. I want everybody to see this because this is what they do. This is what they're playing on. For everybody that's confused, that may think a certain way, I'm gonna expose something real quick.
13.2 million.
Okay.
For PlayStation YouTube.
PlayStation actually lost some viewers, man. They actually gained some. They gained some. Okay, so 13 million, right? Go to Xbox YouTube channel.
4.49 million.
There you go.
Xbox doesn't even really use YouTube
but
it doesn't distract your point.
Sick, don't do it.
No, it doesn't even distract your point.
Facts. Now,
what do you say?
There's a truth here, right? What community does the most in social media or online activities the most? Tech just gave out the numbers. So they're 3 times as greater than we are. It tells you who cares the most about being online, leaving comments and all these other stuff, right?
Yeah.
They care the most. So if you're just being an Xbox channel and you're really liking the Xbox community and you're putting out all this stuff for the Xbox community, why are you expecting a large number? Right? So when you start to realize that, like J-Rock is saying, they're not going to tell you, but you see it. Once they start to realize, man, I'm not getting the numbers I want, let me say something. Let me say something. And when they say something, all these PlayStation fans come out of the woodwork. So what do you think starts to happen, J-Rock?
So they start catering to them. They start giving them what them itchy ears want to hear.
There you go. It's not a mystery, people. It's not a mystery. And then it comes with all this other stuff. And then if I want to represent the Xbox community, I'm not representing multi-consoles. I'm representing the Xbox community. That's just what it is. And it is what it is. It's not heavy like that. So you don't do this. You don't rep this community for the numbers. You rep it for the love of the community.
Right.
And
you'll read the fake ones how they are. Fake ones are fake. You can tell from the way they act. It's like you were was it Jay? I forget which one you said, but it's somebody he's messing with more PlayStation now for his videos or whatnot because he's getting more hits for that. Not because that's what he wants to do, but because he's getting more hits for that. That's automatically a fraud to me.
Because
I don't care if that was a person who's doing it for Xbox. If it was a PlayStation dude who was doing it for Xbox, I would have just as much disdain for this person.
Sick, because it's not for the culture, Sick. It's for the channel.
Exactly.
It tells you right there.
For the channel.
But this is the part that gets to me, right?
Right.
Once they plateau to get to a certain point, but it was the Xbox community who brought them up there. Now they want to switch it around. They want to flip out. They want to flip on us, right? Talking about, well, you know, they're gonna go change the names and everything like that. Talking about they no longer this. They now they want to be neutral. But neutrality didn't bring you to this point.
Now,
be who you are.
You're right. Just stay who you are. Because if you don't believe in because they don't believe in look, they don't want to be patient. And patience is a virtue, right? You don't want to, right. They don't want to be patient. People. They want that fast success. Now watch this, y'all. Corey Barlog, right? He comes out today and he's now standing up for Alana Pierce, right? Which is explanatory. I mean, like we said, we're men, right? No real gamer, no man that's a real gamer that saw this is gonna agree with the idiot that had anything to say to her, right? Right. Well, he's like, for real, y'all, this is some BS, right? You want to be mad at somebody for anything God of War related? The delay, PS4/5, trolls, subtitle size, Sigram, whatevs, be angry with me. I made the calls. I did this. Don't bother the team. They are all very good people doing work. Now watch this. Phil Spencer comes in. Okay, we're gonna get to this mindset, right? Phil Spencer comes in. Now this is where you got a top dev that's well respected.
Pause. Time out. Phil Spencer. Where's Jim Ryan? Phil Spencer.
Where's Mark Cerny?
Look.
We're not gonna talk about Mark Cerny like that. Mark Cerny out here saving lives. Mark Cerny is out here saving lives. Mark Cerny is saving lives. I saw that tweet not too long ago. Mark Cerny saved a life.
Platform where people are learning to be better fathers. I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh man, listen.
Another
LED got his life saved by Mark Cerny. Let's not slander them.
Y'all wilding, man. Look, y'all wilding. Look, no, but for real, no, seriously, I get that. I do get that. But okay, but check this out. Phil Spencer says, this is what leadership looks like. Well done, right? Troy Barlog says, thank you, my friend. All right?
He didn't say that.
Oh, man. Now, we're going to talk about that before we go to the next one, right? Because there's something that happened after that. Which we all
did Ryan say this, though? I'm sorry, but I keep thinking about that. Like, you on some other lane. I'm sorry. I got to distract for a moment. Like, where is Jim Ryan saying this?
Stop it, Stop it.
Jim,
what the heck?
Jim don't never be on social media, man.
That should be
he's all too busy being coked up.
I'm taking all the good looks, man.
He's
like, wow.
Yo, my boy be looking like he just woke up at the back of his yacht after handling about 3 lines.
Don't even worry about
all the cocaine. No doubt. That's why his nose so big from a line.
The bank of ladies.
Don't worry about Jim Lyon. We're not going to talk about Jim Lyon, right?
He's counting PC revenue. He's counting
in his hot tub loaded with money.
Facts.
Red District line.
He doesn't have a Twitter account. That's a lie.
Look,
he doesn't have one. That's all perfect.
Look,
I ain't trying to hear his BS, man.
Jim Ryan over at the Red District picking up some ladies and taking them back to his yacht, making a webcam show on OnlyFans. So.
Over in Thailand. Hey, ladies, y'all ever been with the CEO?
Man, it's joking. Look, for real, y'all. Look, man, for real.
Okay.
Phil Spencer comes out and tells everybody this is what leadership looks like. What he's saying is, when you're a leader, you make the calls, and a real leader will defend his troops. You get what I'm saying? He's going to be the forefront. I get what Phil Spencer was saying, and he says, "Thank you, my friend." And man, right after that, right?
What happened?
This dude or this girl, Genghis Khan's uncle, right? just whack anyway. Right off the top, you should have known that right off the top, right?
Genghis Khan's uncle.
No, I don't even know who you mean. The question. Listen to the question that was asked. Why did you call him your friend? I lost respect. I'm listen to me carefully, y'all. You can't make this up. Why did you call him your friend? With a question mark. I lost respect. I'm not buying God of War anymore.
Wow.
You can call somebody a friend in that tone without
And
ever having met them. This
right.
is
And
the
Phil,
language.
Phil
we
Spencer
speak.
was involved in this. Phil Spencer was involved with this tweet, right? He's calling Phil Spencer a friend. Damn, yo, this sound familiar, man. This might be Crack Gamer's sock account. Might be Crack Gamer's sock account.
It could be
because he always coming at Phil Spencer like that. Talking about,
he's
oh, you
salty,
made,
yeah.
you made.
Still got him.
Phil Spencer says
he'll never live that down.
Leadership looks like. Well done, Corey Barlog. Thank you, my friend. This lame says, why did you call him your friend? I lost respect. I'm not buying God of War anymore. If y'all don't, I'm serious.
Phil should have responded the same way he did with crap.
Right.
Oh,
you're not gonna
just
buy
because I'm buddy.
A game
just because I'm buddies with somebody, you don't want to buy a game.
Right.
But are y'all seeing the deepness of this? Here's the problem. Here's the problem. They actually think that these devs and heads of gaming companies are enemies.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not enemies. They're not going to war. This is a business. Sony's a customer of Microsoft. They interact. They root for each other. You got to understand, Phil Spencer used to make games. It's
common sense, legal. It's common sense because I'm sorry to interject again, man, but it's common sense because I forgot who it was on Twitter brought this up after what's his name tweeted that he was leaving the initiative to go work for I guess another studio over at Sony. And somebody had to come in, chasing out the trolls, talking about like, look, if any of y'all worked in the development industry, it's very fluid out here. You'll be one day at Nintendo, and probably a year from now, you're somewhere else because you don't want to stop growing. You want to keep leveling your skill up.
Right.
So so the thing is where I'm going with that is that why in the world would these guys be at each other's throats? Because that's what you call burning your bridges.
That don't make no sense, does it, boss?
Don't make no sense.
Let boss. You know what, boss? You got the mic right now for a minute, boss. As an indie gaming developer, how do you think you're gonna make it having wars with these gaming companies that you're gonna need to issue out your game one day? Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't. And see, that's one of the things that kills me about what I call people who are on the outside looking in. It's like walking by a store. You just window shopping, but you don't know what the heck is really going on past that window. For all you know, then they're getting robbed or something. But you don't know. You just take the smiling mannequin at face value. Oh, that looks like a happy place, and you walk on and with your about your day. But when we first met and stuff, legal. Remember me first telling you that it kills me how a lot of these developer documentaries and stuff like that paint it to be such a perfect little paradise when it is truly dog eat dog.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is that it's like you do have to apply a bit of common sense, and that's just like with any job, man. If you're gonna go work, like at a car assembly line or something like that, and whoever, you don't just sit there, just throwing out all sorts of insults because you don't know who's listening. You don't know what's going to happen to your job the next day, and here you are for an interview, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember you saying something about this and this.
Boss, Tech, Sick, Rock. Yeah. Look, man.
I'm quitting my job, so something bad must be happening in my job, and they must be going out of business. Is that how it goes?
Look, man.
Because I'm leaving.
They want people to be mad. You see this? Like
misery loves company.
They asked, why did you call him your friend? So I guess because Phil Spencer's head of Xbox and Corey Barlog is a gaming developer. So that means he hasn't. Look, he's not exclusive to Sony. He just makes God of War. He can go wherever he wants to go. They didn't buy him. Let's just make that. Let's just make that official. But Sony takes care of him, and he's comfortable with making his game on the Sony platforms, which is nothing wrong with that, right? But that question right there, how can that exist in the real gaming world if this person right here is a gamer? Do you know I know people who are PlayStation fans? We don't fight. We're friends.
Nope. Those are legitimate PlayStation fans. Those are legit PlayStation fans.
Right. Where does this mindset come from? Because when you look, man, somewhere in your mind, you have blocked a place that says you're a dumbass. You know, and you think you're cool being a dumbass. Like something you done pushed your psyche to tell you, well, man, however dumb you sound, that's cool. And look, you know what? Make a straight donkey jackass out of yourself on social media by saying something as stupid as this as a response to the developer of God of War and to the guy that's runs that's head over the Xbox operation. Come on, like, where do you get your mind to say something that's stupid like that?
Listen, a lot of these people
telling
think
you the response should have been the same like what Crap got hit with.
Hold on,
that's what the response should have been.
Go ahead. You're right. You're right. Go ahead, Jay.
I'm saying a lot of these people think a console war is real. Like there's a literal war happening.
Yeah, and they treat everything else the same way. It's like how people are nuts over politics and things like that. And this is what I wanted to say a couple minutes ago. Listen, Sony is the ultimate pimp. And I'm going to tell you why. Right? Because there's a difference between a whore and a slut. Right? A pimp employs whores and they get him his money. A slut is out there for free. These people are the latter. They're out there doing whatever they think is good or is going to further that goal for free, but have no idea what they're doing at all. Okay? And I might sound like I'm using some crass words and examples, but that's how it is. There's these people out there who will do whatever and say whatever and don't even know what they're talking about. And they clown themselves on a daily. Listen,
sounds like me.
Crap Gamer didn't have to get owned by Phil Spencer for me to know that he's a freaking useless waste of space.
Talk about it.
He didn't need Phil Spencer to forever stain his name by asking him a simple question. And all Phil did was ask a simple question. He wasn't rude or nothing. He was like, "You're really not going to play the game because it's going to be on PC?"
Now hold right there.
A game you're interested in.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So what is he gonna do now? He gonna leave PlayStation? What is he gonna do now?
Right.
See how stupid these people are?
Yeah. And the reason
you didn't ask Jim Ryan that question.
Right. And Jim Ryan didn't even interject in that whole conversation. It should have been, like I said before, it should have been Jim Ryan to say what Phil said. Okay, Jim Ryan could have been late to say it, like, that's fine. But Phil Spencer was there on time to say it. You know why? Because he's a real gamer who was paying attention. When I mentioned the thing about Jason Schreier and Tom from The Verge, Tom was the first person who responded because he was paying attention because that's what he do. So he caught it quick, right? These PlayStation guys, like everything that is just normal business, like, you know, supporting your old console, even though the new console was out for that first couple of years, right? Things like that used to be a normal thing is supposed to be seen as a bad thing because these straight donkeys out here have tried to make it into a narrative that is bad because the competition was doing it. But now that the platform you cap for are doing it, now you seem stupid. Not because it's a stupid thing, but because you made it a narrative that it's a stupid thing. So now you look stupid because the whole industry has long since been doing that. The
It's
PS2
stupid.
was supported for at least 5 years after PS3 came out. And everybody gave it credit for that and gave Xbox crap for not supporting the original Xbox. Right? It's the same thing. These guys don't know. They just say whatever. They have no respect when they speak to people on the street. This is why they say these things on Twitter. The way they act on Twitter is probably how they act on
Say
the
that
street.
again for the people in the back, Sick.
All right,
The way
it's
they
stupid.
act on Twitter is the way they act in the street. And this is why what Mike Tyson said was one of the best quotes I've seen on the subject yet. People talk the way they talk on social media because
there's no penalty, bro.
There's no penalty. If
go.
they talk the way they talk on social media like they do in real life, they would get punched in the face. They talk like they talk like that because they know nothing's going to happen to them, that they have the protection of the internet. This person who said this to Alana Pierce, you know, if some people were motivated enough to find out this person's name and put it out there. I don't like cancel culture, but this is how cancel culture gets off. To finding a person or somebody who did something that a community or a group, or even if it's a single person who finds it appalling enough to do the homework, to find out who this person's real name is, their real information, and to put the docs out there and then see what happens to this person.
I've always said
and I don't want that to happen. If something like that happens, okay, make this clear. I'm not saying this should happen, but it just takes one person crazy enough to go through with it. And then what's going to happen to this person for saying something stupid?
You know, I've always said this. I always put it out there when somebody leaves me a hate message on Twitter or on on YouTube. I'll put it out there with the person's name, man. You know, she hit it because, you know what, she don't want nothing to happen. But at the same time, I would have put the name out there. I don't care what people think about that when I say that. I would have put the person's name out there and let the internet take over from there. You know?
And it might be because she didn't do that because now there's gonna be a legal responsibility behind that. Like if you notice when it comes to cancel culture and all these things, when docs come out, when the real person's name comes out, it's not the person. It's always an anonymous person who comes out and puts that information out there because that person doesn't want to get attacked too, right? They just want to put the information out. They'll put it in paste bin or whatever, so there's, a line that says, you can't track me now, right? And put that information out there. But it's shameful because it's not just about games. It could be politics or whatever. This is how these people act. They don't have any sense but to act like clowns. They couldn't do this in real life. They'd get punched in the face. They'd be beaten up. They can't get away. I guarantee you this dude has never and probably never will be with a woman. Okay? And I don't even mean to the level of, Alana Pierce. I just mean somebody regular. He's probably never, because you don't talk like that if you have. You don't, and he never will talking like this. And it had to have been a dude. It probably wasn't a female. Like, it's childish. And I always say that this is childish. And that's the only thing that explains it to me, because no sensible adult acts like this in these situations. Every one of these things that have happened, right? It's always something that went way too far, like way too far. But there are receipts now, and now it's finally coming to bear. So, hey, you get in this life what you put into it. It's that simple.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And see, for most of them, it's like, what can you do with them, man? I mean, I just got to a point where it's like, after dealing with one, I just stopped. I just got to where I just ignore them now. Because it's like you start looking at it and you're like, are you really that dense?
Yeah.
Because I was like in another person's podcast, and this person actually what they were bringing up was talking about like Sony's how they do these timed exclusives and stuff like that. And this person who's a constant troll and heckler, which was one of the reasons that makes it hard to take a lot of these guys serious anyway. He was the prime example as to why it's hard for me to even bother chasing these guys up anymore, because he actually actually had the nuggets to actually type in what timed exclusive. Sony don't do time exclusive. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All you could think to yourself is just imagining yourself if you had the ability, the powers of Tron, to just go through the digital signal and drop kick this dude.
Yeah.
And and it's not.
Man.
Yeah,
Whoever
it's not.
invents that is, ooh, man, he's gonna be a rich person. It's gonna be because the whole world is gonna find that big red button and slam the crap out of it to make sure this person gets it.
I'm gonna
they deserve.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's going to be.
If somebody wants to put the work in, the internet will find the person.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. It just takes one person determined enough to do the homework.
Yeah,
give them the best Mr. McFarlane impersonation you can. Speedy delivery.
That's true.
But it's just that. And the thing about it is, you think to yourself, okay, he's just joking. He's just joking. No, he's serious.
He's being funny.
Emmanuel probably knows who I'm talking about because he was in that chat.
And the funny thing about it is, if pressed, right? If pressed, and I don't mean face to face, just on Twitter, what's the line they always give? Oh, I'm joking. What put it?
I'm just joking. I'm just playing. Hold on. It's the whole. Hey, I'm just joking, but maybe not. Hey, I'm just joking again.
I was being sarcastic.
I can be for real. Joke to you.
Like, hey, Tech. It's like, gotcha. Yeah, I'm just really.
Yeah, right.
Hey, gotcha again. All right, ain't gonna be too many more of them gotchas.
You're right. It's stupid, man. It doesn't make sense anymore.
Look who's in here. It's the Wolf of Darkness.
Yes, sir.
What up,
yes, sir. It doesn't make any sense anymore to be this stupid. And it's like you got to own up to your community that you built. At some point, you have to come at them. And it's not, they don't, man, just like it didn't help, right? Playing the generational game, right? That came back to backfire. You see what I'm saying? But that was the most important thing you wanted to say to your community, to constantly give them that sickness. Like I said, that was a dose of that elixir. This is why they think that PlayStation.
Oh, that's when Jim Ryan will talk. He won't defend his employees, right? But he'll lie to his user base.
Look, man. It's facts that he lies, man. That's listen, man. It is what it is, right?
And lies he didn't even have to make. He didn't have to make any of these lies, particularly the one with the generations thing.
Jim Ryan straight up looked at the camera and gave his whole fan base a cut-out lie, man.
He went like this. He went something like
it's
this.
Not lying. It's called marketing.
He went something like this. Sony fans, I believe in generations.
You gotta have that soft violin music in the background.
Right. And told that cock-outed lie, man.
I'm just kidding.
and they cracked me up because we knew. Man,
he said, I believe in generations. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I just got
it. He said the majority of these games are going to be built. There's going to be two separate versions of these games. One for the PlayStation 4, one for the PlayStation 5, built entirely from the ground up for the PlayStation 5 to take advantage of all its features. Then we come out and say, then Guerrilla comes out and says, well, Horizon is basically being built on the PlayStation 4. And then we're just gonna,
here's the funny thing about all that.
They're stupid.
If the games were supposed to come out this year, right? If they were supposed to come out this year,
what's up, boss?
That means that they were always supposed to come to last gen.
Yeah,
right.
But now I was gonna say that it's almost to a point that for every time that they turn around and they've been hitting us with those ads and those trailers talking about only on PS5. They need to go ahead and end it with a big psych.
Yep, that's usually what happens.
Man,
that's usually what happens too. I've been talking about this because every time they post something, every time they show a trailer or whatever, and then they have the text at the end that's saying if it's gonna be on PlayStation 4 or whatever, the release window or whatever, you always have to go on Twitter to find out the real news. I've been saying this a long time about Sony, especially at the E3 conferences or anytime they have a major presentation, right? While it's happening, we have to keep an eye on Twitter, right? To see what the real facts are, to keep an eye on IGN and other news outlets to get the real facts. Because when Horizon or whatever game is shown off and they say on PS5, right? And the text on screen might say it's on 2 systems and the voiceover will say PS5. I've seen that. I've mentioned that before. Or it'll be, they won't say anything, but say on the voiceover, it's PS5. And then you do your homework. You look online to see what systems it's going to be on. It's going to be on everything. It's not even just on PlayStation. It's a multi-plat. Or it's a time exclusive. Or it's this. Or
you gotta pause and zoom in.
Yeah,
get that small print.
It's not a new thing, people. Sony has been doing this at least in the middle of the PS2 era. I've always noticed it since then. That's like 20 years now.
Man. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it like this, man. Are we gonna have to do it like this? All right, check this out. We knew, right? We knew everything was suspect coming into this generation when it came to Sony. It all started with RDNA. Started there. See what I'm saying? Started there, right? Then it started with the SSD. Look what the SSD got them. Then it got to denying the SOC reports from Bloomberg. They went on Twitter. They lied about
calling Bloomberg liars.
Basically, they lied about that. All right? Then they turned back around. Then it got to the generational thing. They lied about that. Then it turned back around. Went back to the SSD for a minute. But then when Quick Resume started getting displayed on Xbox, they just shut up about it. And it was a lost cause at that point.
Or they trying to resurrect it.
Right. They lied about 4K gaming. They lied about it. Let's not take in consideration that they had the developer kits first. First. Y'all, I want y'all to know they were bragging about having it first.
Yep.
They mocked us, laughed about us because we were late on them.
Me first.
We were late
I made one mad because I told them straight up. I said, you only got it first mainly because of the fact that, one, they pulled their chip from AMD's hands first to try to beat Microsoft to the punch.
Yep.
2,
and it backfired
because it was always rumored the PS5 was supposed to be out earlier. It was always rumored for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the second reason why, because somebody I know is actually a developer for Sony. I'm not going to tell you which team, which game, because I don't want y'all clowning my boy. So by that you probably guess which one. But yeah, he said it himself, like, oh yeah, the dev kit is very easy. But the thing is, what I've always liked about him is he's very honest about stuff. And he stated it. He said it's mainly easy because it's the same damn dev kit. It just has some extra bells and whistles.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, you better not tell him that.
It's the same thing. And the only reason why the series dev kits or the GDK is harder, but you notice they're starting to get used to it now, is that's just it. They needed to apply the time to get used to it. It was it's a completely new animal.
I heard it was new and slightly buggy because it was, the 1.0 of a new development platform.
Yeah, how you know he's telling the truth? You remember when they were supposed to so-called have this console ready by the end of 2019? Well, when I was reading that article back in the days when me and Tech were trying to make people believe in what we were saying, it's in my past videos. It's old news now. But I read out clearly. You remember they stopped. And you have to ask yourself, well, why did they stop? Because they hit that brick wall. What was that brick wall? That big deal that was made between Microsoft and AMD, the big Navi. And that's when AMD stopped, remember? Because they were they stopped. And then all of a sudden, you remember it was going to be nanometer plus and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, what's it going to be called? And AMD said, listen, we're getting rid of all the Polaris and Vega stuff. Remember that? Because we thought it was going to be Vega.
Yeah.
Right. And the Polaris attachments and stuff. But they canned all of that. And that's when the RDNA started coming around.
Well, even before then.
That's
here's
right.
one little thing I'm going to add to you.
Sony was jumping on the Vega bandwagon and realized, oh no, there's something bigger coming. Oh no. So they took RDNA 1, not knowing that Microsoft was taking RDNA 2, baby.
It's true. If you look back a couple years ago, around the time when God of War came out. If you look around the time,
I'm not done yet. Hold on.
You're ridiculous, man. You kill me. You just kill me.
It's true though. That's exactly
no doubt. But okay, here's the thing. If you notice, around the time when God of War came out on PS4, right? If you look in the news around that time, all the rumors were Sony was gonna get Navi. And that's before everybody knew what Navi was. Nobody ever put that rumor on Xbox. It was just on Sony. And remember, this is the press, and this is how they do. They took something that, as we know now, was true, right? But they spun it in a way because they never attributed Microsoft to the rumor, just Sony. What they didn't know was, just like you said, Legal, Microsoft had big Navi, right? And all these dudes who are talking about RDNA 3 now that we know now the system has that, definitely not the PlayStation, right? Those two dudes are pointing at each other saying, no, you said RDNA 3. No, you said RDNA 3. And they've been on podcasts together. Shout out to Moore's Law is dead. He's one of those clowns. Okay, and the other one is
hold on.
Two clowns.
Hold on.
What? Did I sleep on it?
No, man. I'm trying to hold my laugh.
It's hilarious because they used to point at each other and say, RDNA 3, no, you said it. No, you said it. They said it together on their same podcast together that they did together. So full of shit. This guy is killing me. Oh, man. Where's Legal?
I'm right here. It just
he
is.
fell asleep. He fell asleep.
Excellent. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, they played themselves, man.
He's busy eating.
He's eating over there, man. What you eating over there?
I did.
What are you eating?
Nah, man.
You can't hide it. You can't. We here to smack.
My wife made some chicken.
I knew it. I was gonna say chicken.
Some peas, man. But she made this monster chicken salad, man. I was tearing it up.
Hey, we went chicken last night, man. We went to downtown. We went to Gus's Chicken. It's so good.
Oh, straight up.
Yep.
Have you ever went to Bell's Chicken?
No.
Man, we don't have no high class living like that around here.
Yeah. No, man, you know, we went to Gus's.
You got churches, KFC or Popeyes.
Guess what my kids had?
Yeah, I don't even have churches around here.
Hey, we went to Gus's yesterday, and guess what my kids had?
What?
Grilled cheese grilled. Yeah. That's what they had. And then my wife got a 2-piece, and I got me a 3-piece dark, right? Right. And the next thing you know, my older son's like, I want some chicken. I said, man, here, just take my leg, man. Here you go. I got two breasts anyway. So
Tech stories be cracking me up, man. Yo, Tech took a break. Tech took a week off, dog. He's out of it.
He really did.
You know what Tech said? Yo, not tonight. I'm going to the bar.
Man.
I said, I gotta give me some drinks.
Yeah, I went to Twin Peaks, man. Eats, drinks, and scenery, man.
I can already tell I couldn't go anywhere with Tech because he'd get us kicked out.
Oh yeah, kicked out, bro.
Yeah, like man, leave them people alone, man. What's wrong with you?
No, Tech had a long week, bro. He wasn't hearing it.
Hey girl, yeah, give me that drink. Yeah.
Texas, look.
What's up? Yeah.
Gotta have the smooth voice.
But no, Sick.
Man, if you don't leave that waitress alone.
I'm saying, Sick, that's exactly what happened. And now they can't reverse it.
Right.
Because they didn't know. Look, what Microsoft was doing with AMD, they revealed this, man, that they've been doing this stuff since the 360.
Yeah.
The goal was to partnership throughout the generations to rely on each other's expertise to get to this point where they're at. And what ended up happening was they're finally at a point in their careers, right, where they're actually understanding ray tracing, HDR, all these elements that can make gaming a much more better experience. Hey, machine learning. Oh! Now that we got onto that,
dedicated servers.
What was this today? Let me get to this. This is a true story. What was this, man? That came to our attention today about this. This Xbox Series X could get boosted graphics. What's this? With an AMD new tech. Come on.
Because of the dedicated chipset.
Now, I want to ask somebody.
You better ask somebody.
Is this Fidelity FX Super Resolution? That comes straight from AMD.
Yeah.
That's straight from them. So what I was hearing, somebody told me today that this is going to be on all consoles.
It can be.
Yeah, it can be.
Okay.
It can be.
But my thing is it going to be?
Depends if the see, Microsoft and AMD have their partnership. So that's going to be system level, right? There'll be APIs and whatnot so developers can implement with no drama. Even AMD, and I have an article I could paste again. I'll have to look for it. But even though they showed it working on NVIDIA's hardware as proof that it could work on anything, developers still have to do the work to get it to work on hardware that's not AMD.
Yeah, this
is
open
source and all of that, so it will work, but they got to do the work. So on PlayStation, won't be able to just take advantage of it like that unless they put in the work.
But sick, you have to have the capabilities to be able to make sure this thing performs.
Not the FSR. The FSR, like this is why they showed it on, like for example, the 1060. That's like a 5-year-old card, right? That's a 5-year-old PC card. It doesn't have
why
no
is
ray
it on the
tracing.
6800 XT graphic card then? If it can be used on anything,
it could be used on anything. It's there. Okay, it is there. It is there. But also, what the Xbox and these 6000 AMD cards have is the ability to do the hardware acceleration part of it. So it's more like DLSS. What FSR at this base level is like a filter that you put on at the end of processing the graphics, and they put a filter at the end. But DLSS is, part of rendering a picture. But the Xbox and the AMD cards will have that functionality too.
Right. So the true essence of this thing, I guess, will be able to give gamers a more custom. Oh man, damn! I didn't even think about this. So are you telling me, sick, that consoles are going to start looking more like PCs? Well, we'll have the options. Oh my goodness! Tell me this is not true.
We've already got that. Look at it at the options we have now. It may not be as far and deep as you have on PC, where you got the sliders and everything. But think about it like this: you can disable motion blur, chromatic aberration. You have the choice between performance and resolution modes, right? You have these choices now, and more to come, and other choices that are in the system, not at the game level, at system level, right? The console didn't used to have before. Okay,
Dude, you're right, because I'm sitting here reading, right?
Yeah.
And it says this, but some people might prefer a high frame rate over visual quality. So Fidelity FS Super Resolution offers 4 modes.
Yeah, tiers.
Quality, balance, and performance.
Right. There's different levels. Just like the NVIDIA thing with DLSS, is different levels that they could put to it. Basically, the idea is the system just runs the game at a lower resolution, and then you have this filter that'll upscale for you. At a base level, it's all software. But the AMD 6000 cards and the Xbox platform has the hardware, not the PlayStation, has the hardware to hardware accelerate that to make it more like what NVIDIA has with DLSS. The PlayStation does not have that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The thing is, with it being software, it's going to cost a bit of
overhead
is going to cost a bit of overhead. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm gonna make it interesting before we get out of here. Last 10 minutes. E3. I'm already gonna say this, right? I'm already gonna say this. If you're a doubter, if you're an Xbox hater, don't come to this E3.
Oh, by the way, real quick, hey man, are you going to be trying to stream that, or are you going to be working probably?
No, it'll be on a Sunday, man. I'll be right here. So if anybody wants to get in and have some fun, let's do it. You know me, man.
I'm down. I'm down. Live reactions, all that.
Let's do it,
bro. Yo, quick shout out to Sensei.
Lionel just put out the call.
Yeah,
quick shout out to Sensei in the chat. Yo, Sensei, I got those pasteles for you, man.
He's talking about that from the start.
You got some tres leches? Tres leches?
That's it, man. I mean, you know what? Hey, I just want to say this, man. I didn't give J-Rock his flowers. I didn't give Fireboss his flowers or Sid. They wasn't here on the last show, right? So I just want to say this, man. Tonight, I'm handing out my flowers. I'm handing them out, man. All right? And I'm sending them out. First, I'm going to this guy here, man. Is somebody that caught my attention just based off of what he was saying. His language was so profound that it caught my attention to where I was like, you know what? I got to meet this guy. I got to get this guy on a more personal level with the Xbox community, some way, somehow. And I got to make sure that when I do it, I'm doing it in a respectful way, because I'm not the kind of guy that goes out grabbing people just to be grabbing people. You know, that I tend to gravitate more to the street level, you know? So hearing him on another show, you know, I was like, man, I got to figure out a way to get at him, because he speaks the language that I felt like, man, he's it. This is the kind of talk that we need in this community, right? And so when we finally bump heads, man, and we run into each other again, it was mutual respect, and it was only right, you know, because this guy always put me up on a pedestal, man. I think we was on another show, and I didn't even know he was on there, man. And this guy was just, I'm not saying he's exalting me or anything, but he was just showing me the highest respect, man. And he didn't understand that I was holding him at the same level. I just wasn't able to get to him. So I stopped him there after he did it to me, and then did it back to him, man. And he comes on the show, and he knows why he's here. You know what I'm saying? He's got diplomatic immunity. He can come and go as he please. He doesn't have to say anything. All he has to say is, oh, send me a link. He's good. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate this brother, man. Because
what are you talking about, John Letterman?
We learned how to.
I wish he could act like that.
You know, the comedy relief had to come in. But, you know, it's like, I talked to this dude, man. We actually talk gaming, and we talk deep discussions of just knowledge and history, and we have fun doing it when we do it. I'm just here to let y'all know, man. There's nobody else. The New York's Haitian Gratian is sixth player, man. And I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Here's your flowers, man.
I'm humbled, man. I'm just a gamer, man. I just been playing games for a long time, and I pay attention to details, man. I'm a details-oriented type of person, so you're not going to get a lot past me without me noticing eventually. And there's just a lot of weird things that's just going on in this industry, and I'm not going to be the one to not notice, you know? So thanks a lot. I appreciate, you know.
So who are you talking about?
Praise.
No problem. Next out the list, man. Next out the list. This guy here, man. Man, I have to say, man, this guy here, after I was able to utilize StreamYard, right? Or StreamYard. And getting used to getting people on the show and reaching back and doing what I was doing. This guy was one of the first to offer the help. And this guy, man, you know, it was crazy because How I found this guy, and this is true stuff. This is true stuff. I found him in my comment sections. Now, I don't get as much comments as I used to. I mean, not on a consistent basis. But there was a time where this dude was just dropping jewels in the comment sections. Every video, right? To the point where when you was reading his comments, you're thinking like, damn, is this dude in the industry? Like, I'm reading him, I don't know what to say to this guy. Is this dude a dev or something? Because he was on a whole nother level, right? So I finally got the courage to just drop back at him and like, we're talking, and then like he's going, I mean, he's just on a whole nother level, man. And so I was like, look, man, look, that's too much reading. How about you come up on this show, man, and bless us, right? We need this blessing, bro. We need that in a live action sequence. We don't need this in the commentary no more, bro. You save all of that, and let's come up on this show. Let me get to know you, man. He came up on the show. He did his thing. We went back again. He did his thing. We became brothers. But I learned a lot from this dude. When it comes to understanding the ins and outs, I can just sit there and listen to him. He's been in the game. He knows the industry front. He knows the struggles. He understands these devs working hard. You'll never hear him talk bad about devs, man, because he's one of them. I found out that he's also very artistic, man, with the art. If you look at my name right now on my banner on Twitter, this guy created that for me out of his own comic books. This dude makes comic books. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know, I'm thankful for this guy, man. Anytime I throw up the back signal, he's there, man. And he's been this way day one with me, y'all. Like day one with me. He comes from the depths of Di-RRec Gaming's culture, straight out of the comment section. The one and only Fireballs, bro.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks, man. And once again, seriously, I really appreciate you giving me some spotlight and everything to go ahead and talk about Xbox and address the community and everything.
Hey, no problem, bro. Last but not least, man. Last but not least. This guy, man. This guy here, bro. So much common sense to a point where people like me and Six Slayer can sit back and just play spades and let this dude just go at 600 donkeys. And we can sit back now with our island tees, sit back with our flip-flops on and our sun shorts on with our white beaters on and just sit back and just like, look at the young buck go. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? Pound for pound, just taking them out every single day. There's never a dull moment or a boring spot where this guy doesn't post something on Twitter that's significantly true, that hurts to the depths of their souls, right? Hurts to the depths of their souls to where he reminds me a lot of myself. He knows he's new to the forefront, but he bars none. He walks around just comfortable. Like, yo, I'm gonna put this out here.
You mean like butt naked?
Don't care. you want
Go back and join the sandwich.
He walks around bar. Look, y'all gotta listen, man. You can't pay attention to. Look, Tech's got a sick mind, bro. I'm used to him, bro. I don't pay Tech no mind, no. But the young scrapper, right? The young scrapper comes out here, man. He posting all this real stuff day in, day out, day in, day out. And I watched him, and he comes from the ashes. He comes from the depths, man. And he's built his camaraderie, right? He's building it. He's building it. No hype, no clout chasing, just a strong, young buck Xbox fan. Solid. Knows his ins and outs, knows the biasness, knows the BS. He knows the language. He sees through all the bull crap. You're not fooling this guy. And he's one of the people that you don't want to be here. You didn't want him to have a voice. You didn't want to hear this guy. Oh, no. I get it. I know. He comes from the same cloth. He comes out of that same back door that I walked through. And that's why I look at him. And that's why I'm going to say I'm proud of this dude. You know what I'm saying? Because he never folded. And he did it his way. He ain't coattail nobody. Rookie of the year, I call him. He is the rookie of the year. Very own Xbox Zone Stronghold community, Twitter community essence right here. In the making, man. In the making. And I'm honored that this young guy is on Di-RRec Gaming. His voice can be heard now. Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. The one and only J-Rock in the building.
Let's go. Let's go. Listen, what I gotta tell my Xbox family is you gotta confront the confronters, man. Don't back down. Don't be scared. They ain't built that way. Confront the confronters. That's it. It doesn't matter what they say. They're gonna attack you, but they won't attack your argument. So you just gotta keep hitting it with them.
Mm-hmm.
Keep hitting them with them arguments.
I know that's
They're gonna attack you, of course, but they won't attack the arguments. And it'll piss them off. And it'll piss them off, and you just keep going. You don't fold. You stand tall. Stand on your own 2 feet. And if you know you're right, you're right. No matter what they say. Confront the confronters.
I know that's right.
The truth in that post is hurting them enough. That's it.
First thing they go do is go drum up numbers. But we sold this. But Game Pass is only at these. It was like why are you worried about that?
Right.
For somebody who doesn't like the brand, you seem to study a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Don't tell me how much you sold, and then you reaching out talking about you need a GoFundMe for bills. And you ain't. I thought you sold all these consoles. What's going on, baby?
That's right.
Didn't Sony cut you the check? Why you have a GoFundMe now?
That's
you need money.
I mean, y'all quick to bump about this thing about we're the most profitable, but yet why is it that the Xbox division is worth more than Sony as a whole? Explain
Why you
that.
paying overdraft fees? Why you paying overdraft fees?
Wow.
They love to hype out. They love to hype NPDs, but don't hype Sony's official quarterly reports because the real truth is there. Oh, okay, we see.
You bash Game Pass, but then when you pull the records, it sees you're playing Outriders via Game Pass, you're playing MLB The Show via Game Pass, but you're making a video bashing Game Pass.
Yep. All those
now capping for PlayStation.
He knows who he is. Right. He capping for PlayStation.
Jean-Marc Louis, long time no see.
There you go. That's right. Jean-Marc Louis in the building, man. Thanks for coming through on Di-RRec Gaming. Welcome anytime, bro. Welcome anytime. He said Sony fanboys talking about they don't rent games when all they did was rent games from Redbox when Redbox was renting out games. Facts. So right. I'm saying, like, everybody knows this, man. And listen.
Scamming.
I want to tell everybody tonight. We're at our 2-hour mark. I wanted to tell everybody tonight, right? Everybody, man. We appreciate y'all. The street echo was here. Di-RRec Gaming, we echo you guys because we're you guys. We don't represent nothing else. And we're going to continually talk our community talk. We're not here to pant on your feelings. We're not here to say the things that you just want to hear. Oh, I know it feels good. Oh, Xbox is the best, but we're not here to just say that.
I know that's right.
Say stuff like that to get you all wild up. That ain't this show. But I want to tell everybody, I appreciate everybody that's always supported me. Thank you, Tech, for running side by side with me, comrade. My H-Town representative in the building, man, even though he don't wear the Texas Rangers hat. But I love him anyway.
Man. God, don't get me started, man. Rangers, man.
Yo, 6 Slater as usual. Fireballs as usual. J-Rock as usual. I just want to say
about
to the Xbox chat room.
Right there.
We here, baby.
Right there, baby.
We here. We ain't going nowhere. We here. And we only here because you guys keep us here. So thank you all for coming out tonight. Remember, keep it gaming, y'all. Chase that one up in life, man. And Xbox is official next week. It's going down. You're going to get mind blown. I said it. I have spoken. It is written. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Later, y'all.